video of 9th class chapter first, what is democracy and why democracy. Students, in this chapter we will discuss about meaning of democracy, features of democracy, merits and demerits of democracy, arguments of democracy, and at last we will discuss about the broader meaning of democracy. So let's start our topic with the meaning of democracy. The word democracy is derived from two Greek words, demos and kratos. Demos means people and kratos means power. In short, we can say that democracy is that form of government in which the power is the hand of people, means powers of the people, means people have right to elect their representative. According to Abraham Lincoln, democracy is a government of people, by the people and for the people. Next we have features of democracy. The first feature of democracy is major decision by elected leaders. Second is free and fair electoral competition. Third is one person, one vote, one value. And the last is rule of law and respect for right. So let's talk about first feature of democracy, that is major decision by elected leaders. Let us study first feature of democracy with the help of case study of Pakistan.
Pakistan has a democratically elected government in 1999 when General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup. A coup is a sudden unconstitutional deposition of legitimate government. The coup is led by the small group of the existing state establishment typically. The military replaced the deposed government with another, either civil or military. After the coup in October 1999, General Musharraf declared himself the chief executive. Later, he changed his own designation to president. In 2002, he held a referendum that granted him a 5-year extension. However, it was alleged that there had been fraud in the referendum. A referendum is meant at about in which electorate is asked to either accept or to reject proposal. To further strengthen his power, Pervez Musharraf next step to amend the constitution of Pakistan. He did this by issuing legal framework order that gave the president to authority to dismiss the national or provisional assemblies. Elections were then held to the national and state assembly, thus Pakistan had elected representative with some powers. However, the work of civilian cabinet supervised by the National Security Council dominated by military officers. The military officers and General Musharraf himself had to power to take any decision made by the cabinet. Thus, the elective representatives were now the real rulers of the Pakistan. Similarly, many dictatorships and monarchs have an elective parliament and government, with the real power vesting in the people, not electing. If you recall the power of USSR in communist Poland and in contemporary Iraq, the real power vested with another country in these cases. Therefore, this also cannot be recorded as people rules in democracies. From all these examples, it is clear that in a democracy, the elected representative of the people should have the final decision-making power.
So we have learned from the case study of Pakistan is that in a democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. Let's talk about the second feature of democracy, that is free and fair electoral competition. So let us study this feature with a case study of China.
China has elections every 5 years. Every time people elected the country's parliament called Qingao Renmin Debao Daoi for the National People's Congress. This parliament has almost 3,000 members from various parts of China and a part appoint the presidency of a country. Some members are elected by the army. However, not everyone can contest in this election. Every candidate before contesting needs to be approved by the Chinese Communist Party. In 2002 to 2003 in contest election, the candidate needed to be members of the Chinese Communist Party or one of the 8 smaller allied parties. Result, the Communist Party forms the government every time. Similarly, every 6 years, Mexico hold election to elect its president until 2000. Every election was won by a party called the PRI or the Institutional Revolutionary Party because the PRI won by using numbers of dirty tricks. Example: all government employees and teachers and parents of the students in government schools were compelled to attend PRI meetings and vote for them. The media was also in favor of PRI. The voting activities of the opposition parties only to criticize them. The PRI even shifted the polling booth and used large amount of money for its candidate. So in fact, the Mexico has never been under military or dictatorship rule. The Mexican didn't really have proper choice in selecting their representative. Neither of the cases we just examined can be considered example of people electing their rulers. The foundation of a democracy is free and fair election in which the ruling party also faces a chance of losing power.
According to second feature, democracy must be based on free and fair election. Let's talk about third feature of democracy, that is one person, one vote and one value. Let us understand this feature with the help of case study of Saudi Arabia and Fiji.
Saudi Arabia, where women are not to allow vote. Another example is Estonia, where citizenship rules make it difficult for people belonging to Russian minorities to gain the right to vote. Finally, let us look at Fiji. The electorate system gives more value to the vote of an ethnic Fiji and less that of an Indian Fijian. These countries cannot be really qualified democracies because political equality for citizens is lacking. Thus, in a democracy, all adults are citizens of a country should be allowed to vote and each vote having equal value.
Last feature we have rule of law and respect for rights. Let us understand this feature with the help of case study of Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe was under white minority rule till attained independence in 1980. Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front ZANU-PF, the party that led the freedom struggle, has ruled Zimbabwe since then. The leader of the Patriotic Front is Robert Mugabe. To change the constitution, ban protested, rest the opposition controlled the media and influenced the judiciary. Thus, though elections were held regularly, they were always won by the Patriotic Front. Clearly, popular approval of the rulers is necessary in democracy, but it is not enough to categorize the country as a democracy. In a democracy, before the elections, educate needs to given for normal political activities and oppositions. The citizen should be free to think and form opinions, to be able to express their opinions in public, to form association, to protest and take other political actions. Everyone should be equal in eyes of laws. These rights must be protected by an independent judiciary without any political pleasure. Now let us consider the condition that apply to the way of government run after the election. Respect and honor guarantees to the minorities, consultation for major decisions, accountability of office.
Learned from the case study of Zimbabwe is that democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizen rights. So students, this is all about our today's class. In next video, we will discuss about merits and demerits of democracy and arguments against democracy.